Morning children. Yesterday we have done present perfect progressive till worksheet 5. Today we will do rest of the worksheets. In worksheet 6 you have to read past perfect progressive tense. What is the structure of past perfect? We have earlier discussed subject plus had been plus V4 ing verb and then for or since according to the time. You can see here 2 or 3 lines have given. Ravi reached the office. His clerk had been arranging files on his table. His clerk had been arranging. Had been is given here with ing verb. It means it is a sentence of past perfect progressive. Okay. Second line is not visible. You can see. Third line I am reading. Raj as usual had been dreaming about. Had been dreaming again past perfect continuous. Let's see what is given. You can see through the line that a work from a certain point it will be start in the past until one certain point it should be ended. Like Ravi reached office. His clerk had been arranging files just before some time in the past and till Ravi reached office he had completed that. Okay, it means it is past perfect. You can see here past perfect progressive tenses used to talk about an action like the clerk had been arranging files. Any action it can be that started before a certain point, and the certain point is given here. Ravi reached the office and had continued up to that time. Means till Ravi reached the office, the clerk had been arranging files. That is past perfect continuous, or you can say past perfect progressive. Now, what is in worksheet 7? Let's see. Complete the following passage by filling in the blanks with the past perfect progressive. What you have to do, you have to fill all the blanks with past perfect progressive of the words given in the bracket. Okay, you can see one sentence is given as an example. Second, the members dash operate means had been operating, you have to write. Then the next supply is given. Two of them had been supplying. Then collect is given. Had been collecting. Decode had been decoding. Send had been sending. Supply had been supplying. Then smuggle had been smuggling. Always remember the structure. With had been you have to write V4 ing verb. Okay, past perfect progressive is used to talk about actions that started before a certain point in the past and had continued up to that point. This is given in the box. If you want to write down in your copy, you can and learn it. What is in worksheet 8? In worksheet 8, some group of words given in the bracket. What you have to do, you have to write a sentence, make a sentence. One example is already given. Officer, what had you been doing when you heard the pistol shot? I had been giving dictation to my secretary. The man is saying, and like that you have to make sentences. Okay. Second, I think sleep in my cabin is given in the bracket. It is not so much visible. I had been sleeping in my cabin. Talk on phone. I had been talking on phone, work on computer. I had been working on computer. Read an important file. I had been reading an important file. Prepare a business plan. I had been preparing a business plan. Attend a meeting. I had been attending a meeting. Eating lunch in mess. I had been eating my lunch in mess. Wait for Mr. Gupta. I had been waiting for Mr. Gupta. Clean chairman's cabin. I had been cleaning chairman's cabin. Okay, worksheet 9. What you have to do in worksheet 9, look at the following pictures which she can see and write what various people had been doing before meeting her. One example has been done for you. The girl is saying, with my superpowers, I can see that before coming here, you had been sleeping for 3 hours. For your convenience, clues are given. Sleep 3 hours. He had been sleeping for 3 hours. Talk 1 hour. He had been talking for 1 hour. We have already read about where we have to use for. Remember that if we are using point of time, we will use since, and if we are using period of time, we will use for. Okay? If the question gives you answer when, it means there you have to use since, and if it is giving the answer for how long, it means you will use for in that sentence. Now the next one, he had been talking for 1 hour. Third number, he had been watching TV since noon. Always remember morning, afternoon, evening. We will use since. She had been reading newspaper since 5 o'clock because it is giving you the answer when. He had been repairing car for whole day. For how long? It is giving you the answer. He had been waiting for bus for half an hour. Okay, here we will use for because it is giving the answer for how long, for half an hour. He had been dancing for 1 hour. Or you can write he had been dancing for an hour. He had been swimming for 2 hours. Then here in ninth number, they had been chatting over dinner since evening. Again in evening you will use since. 10 number, he had been relaxing on beach since afternoon. He had been celebrating with friends since 10 o'clock. Or you can write he had been celebrating with his friends since 10 o'clock. Always remember that with 10 o'clock we will use since, not for. In worksheet 10, what is it? Read the following sentences and tick the correct options from the choices given in the box. She had been dancing since the age of 5 because it is clear and it is giving the answer when. They had been planning to start a dance group for 10 years. Ramit had been working in a school since July 10 before leaving it for a better job. She had been learning French for 1 year. It is not visible, you can see in your book. I had been going to that restaurant since February because it is giving the answer when. Always remember, if the sentence is giving you the answer when, we will use since, and if it is giving the answer for how long, we will use for. Okay, hope you can write now. In the next one, it is given 20 years means for, last 2 years for, and 2 hours for. The country had been winning the World Peace Prize since the last 2 years, because it is given last 2 years means abhi se 2 saal pehle. When, from when it had been winning the World Peace Prize since. And in 2 hours for you will write. Okay, hope you understood these two lines. Last 2 years में since लगेगा and 2 hours में for लगेगा. Now here the editing is given. I have been living in this hostel since 3 years. 3 years के साथ for is the correct word, not since. She had been jogging in the park for over an hour. Being is wrong. Been. Had been. Rohit had been worked. Working will be correct. Worked is wrong. Sam has been living. Had will be here because the sentence is in past. He was fully cured. Rajat was been. Was is wrong. Had been. Rahul has been doing his homework for half an hour when his teacher called him. Okay, called is in past, so has will become had. It will also be in past. Mohit have been pursuing a degree program for 6 months when he got the scholarship. Had been pursuing. Have is wrong here. Had will be correct. The detective has been observing Mohit for last Monday since last Monday. He had been reading the book for 2 hours. Since is wrong here. For will be correct. He had been meditating for more than 3 hours now. He has been. Had is wrong here. Has will be correct. Okay, hope you understood the lesson properly. Now you can do it in your practice book and practice more and more for better understanding. Thank you.